Alright, welcome back everyone to another Grindcast video. And today, what I'm doing is going through everything we know so far about both of the collab leaks and put it onto one video. This is the second part. This is going to be about ReZero, and I've already made part 1, or at least more of the video based around streaming things, so definitely do watch that video if you care. I expect more people to watch this one because this is more of a relevant collab, and more people want to see it so far. And it's more the hype one, right? It's anime. We want to see more anime collabs in Grand Cross. No one really cares too much about streaming things, although I do think it is a good collab. But that being said, there is no new information. This is everything that's been leaked for the past few weeks now. But rather than watching like 8 different videos about everything that's been leaked, like a little bit of information every few weeks now, I thought I might as well make a video, put it all to one video, and kind of go through all the event details and show you what it will look like and kind of how it will come. Because it is pretty explanatory how at least every collab does come, because it always follows the same formula. And yeah, let's jump in. But before we start, go say if you are new, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you can, hit the like button too. It does let me know you don't enjoy these videos, and also helps out the video get out there. Likes do matter, boys. Okay, so starting off, firstly, there is actually no wallpaper for this collab so far. I'm sure there will be one. Obviously, Lotus Skin, there will be a whole event around it later on. But for weirdly enough, normally you get the assets leaked, like, so it makes up the wallpaper, but for some reason with the Stranger Things one, they just kind of had the actual whole image, which is very weird. So I doubt they're going to do that again, because they probably learned from the mistakes not to actually upload the image. But if we do get one, obviously I'll make a video on it, because it should be gas, boys. If you haven't watched ReZero, I highly do recommend it. Not only is it a very, very good anime, it's also airing weekly right now, and it actually is doing very, very well. I think it's even probably rivaling Attack on Titan. It's very good, boys, if you haven't watched it. And I do recommend doing it because you want to have some attachment towards the characters when pulling. Otherwise, like, you're not going to be too excited about them. You may not even pull them. And if you do watch it later on and then you missed your opportunity to pull them, then you may regret it. So I definitely do recommend it. But let's go over the characters, because yes, 4 characters have been leaked. Bear in mind, this doesn't say SSR, this is item coin. So there's a small chance one could be an SR, but I highly doubt it, because from the past few 2 collabs, even actually 2, this King of Fires, but at that point there will be Stranger Things, and they can already confirmed that they are going to be SSRs. There's 4 here, so there's a chance once again one could be an SR, but I doubt it. I do think all these characters do deserve to be SSR rarity, and it's yeah, it's just, if this can be an SR, probably be Subaru, back into later on. But yes, Ram, Emilia, and Beatrice will be SSR heroes. And yeah, not a bad pick. If you didn't actually know, when ReZero does do collabs, they typically do these 4 characters, because they are the waifus, the girls of the series. And for example, Grand Summoners, another game that does do a lot of collabs, had these 4 characters instead of Subaru. So a little bit unfortunate, although Subaru may have been more of a gimmicky character, because he would have been based around dying, which is probably not the best ability. But speaking of Subaru, he will be in the actual collab. He will be somehow fit into story mode. You can see here he does have his head, his body, so he will be in the story mode, right? So if you didn't watch my actual previous video about the Stranger Things collab, you do have Dustin and like Steve in it, who aren't playable characters, but they will be in the actual story mode. So you're going to see his model, which would be kind of cool, and I'm kind of curious if they're going to see his actual animations. I really doubt he'll be a playable character, like not a gacha character, right, where you can summon him, but they might make a story quest where you can use him. If they do, it'll be a little bit disappointing, because you have his whole moves then, when he could have made another character, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, he might not be a character, but you never know. This will be the 5th collab, so they could always change it. For example, we didn't know the King of Fires was going to actually give us 4 SSRs. We would have thought we always would have got 1 SR. So, you know, they always could change it. We could get 4 SSRs and 1 SR, which would be cool, but once again, we haven't seen his item hero coin, and if that's already been leaked, there's a good chance he actually might not be in the collab. But we will see him at least, so that's kind of a positive, because it would have been a little bit weird to have a story based on a ReZero but not see him at all. A little bit unfortunately not playable, but we have to take what we get. And to be honest with you, I think most of you probably care about the females anyway, since they are kind of like the big important characters, and they have more unique abilities. Like, this is like a fantasy anime where Subaru has the abilities. Once again, I'm not going to spoil anything, but not really, and like his whole gimmick is dying, so yeah, it's not the greatest. Moving on to the story mode content and the story mode boss, we do have Beetlejuice, or they call it Betelgeuse. It's the way they kind of announce it. It's weird, but it is Beetlejuice, right? Not Betelgeuse. It's weird. But yes, he will be the main villain, and I think I remember the artwork that I got for him. This does like a cut already, so it's kind of cool. But this guy's going to be very, very sick. I'm happy we got him instead of any other villain, because he is a very important one, especially for Season 1, which looks like they're going to be adapted to Season 1 stuff. Although Season 2 is not too different. But yeah, he is the main villain of the story. Not really, but like early on he is, right? So not too much spoilers, but he is a very important character. And his boss in model in game is going to be very, very sick. He's going to have like the unseen hands, and his whole like character dynamic and how he acts is going to be very, very sick. And I can't wait for his actual animation, because he will have an actual move, like a move set, although it won't be like as fleshed out as how an actual SSR would be in the game, but you are going to see his ultimate move like how you saw the Armor Titan and Cross Titan. Won't be too great, but it'll be pretty cool to see though. And yeah, he will be like the main story boss because, well, if you don't know how collabs do it, we always have 2 bosses, one for story and then one massive big boss, which I get to later on. But what funny, I'll point this out too, you can see here Hero Rem head, and it's kind of the same leak as how we saw Subaru. So once again, we could very well see Subaru. Bear in mind, this isn't the newest collab coming, this is actually coming later on, so they could always add in Subaru later on, especially if it's SR Hero, and maybe they haven't found it yet, who knows, but there's always a little bit of hope, but like, not really. But who is the Cross Titan equivalent to this event? We do have the White Whale. This is a massive, literally white whale. It's probably the worst arc of the story, but it was a kind of a decent one. Now, I'm very curious how they're going to do it once again, because the actual Cross Titan made a lot of sense because you are on the wall and you're at his actual height level, where this one is, he's going to be flying in the sky, maybe on his wing, and like you jump up there to find his wing, or his like fin, but I'm not sure how they're gonna do it. They may actually make it so you have to only use range attacks. That's my opinion, or at least how I think they're gonna do it in the Stranger Things Collab 2. I just have to wait and see, but he will be the main boss. Very cool. I mean, it's definitely like, you know, they're clearly trying to follow a certain pattern here where they do one little small story boss, which will be Beetlejuice, and then they follow an actual big villain, which will be, you know, this is the biggest villain. They can't really do anyone else. Yeah, no, they can't. But here's the final image, I guess, of the whole collab. We do have, obviously, I guess Beetlejuice is kind of a big thing here. Do not be confused. It looks like he's going to be a playable character, just the way he, like, set out, and how he does look to the actual other heroes that will be in the game, which would be Rem, Ram, Emilia, and Beatrice. But I think that just might be how they code it. I'm not a genius, or, like, I don't know how code works or how he looks, but I'd assume this will be mostly just a playable, like an actual enemy rather than a playable character. But yeah, you can kind of see here everything that's going to be in the actual set. We have Emilia, Beatrice, Rem, Ram, the Beetlejuice, or Betelgeuse, they kind of call him in differently, and then the White Whale. And yeah, to wrap up, of course, we do have the actual release order. If I didn't say it already, this will come after Stranger Things. If you can't tell, it does say Slime, Giant, which is actually Attack on Titan. Eren is a giant, by the way, if you didn't know. Well, his Titan form is. And the King of Fighters, NST, which is most likely, and will... Well, actually, no, it is. It's Stranger Things. Netflix Stranger Things is the only thing that makes sense. And then ReZero. And yeah, that is it. We have... Beetlejuice body head here. Once again, I might have already showed it, but in my images, that's where I saved it lastly. But yes, boys, that is it for today's video. Once again, very hyped for this one. I'm sure most of you will be looking forward to this one because this is most likely going to be the hypest collab we've gotten. Attack on Titan's obviously bigger, but they were bad. They weren't too great. I mean, we'll see how it works out, but ReZero is massive, and it is airing right now, so I do recommend watching it and just getting ready for it, because I know a lot of people asked me last time. But yes, boys, that is it for today's video. But yeah, do leave a like if you are gassed for this collab, and do remember, we are going to be getting 5 free multis, so 150 diamonds worth of free stuff. Well, not free stuff, but free summons. So you only have to spend 450 diamonds to get one guarantee, because they should follow the same thing again, where you get one of them guaranteed 900. They did mug the Attack on Titan one, because you had to get a random one, where this time you should be able to vote or like pick the one you want, which I hope so, because I want to get Rem or Ram. I don't know, it depends who's best, bro, but I'm gassed for it. Hopefully we do get to see more collabs in the future for anime stuff, although I don't mind getting other collabs because it just shows we are going to get more content and the game is going to stay alive a lot longer. And yeah, do remember there is a Fate one coming afterwards. There's barely any information apart from the Saber leak, so I don't expect to see this one probably till the end of the year. But yeah, gonna end the video here. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you're now up to date about both the collabs and what to expect when they do come, because it's gonna be a gas time, and stay tuned for all the updates. So yeah, thanks for watching, and peace.